So welcome back to more Mega Man 7, where last we left off, and it has been a while, we took care of Burst Man and Cloud Man. But now I'm going to show off the shop, and you can do this by pressing select. And unless you had the instruction book, it was actually kind of tough to know that this was here. But here we are. And see, right now the shop is just a bunch of basic things, but we will get some better things later on. And of course Otto's back. Yes, we all have a couple of screws loose, especially me. And we are gonna find that at some point, but right now, it's gonna make things a little bit tougher for him. And right now, this is just all the basic stuff. We already got the exit, so can't really do that. And then you got stuff like energy tanks, weapon tanks, and then Beat's whistle. But unfortunately, we don't know where Beat is, so we can't really do anything with that. So with that done, we're gonna head over to the last Robot Master for now, and that's Junkman. And Junkman's stage is just a basic factory stage. I actually do like this stage a lot. And right out of the gates, our biggest problem with this stage is going to be making a lot of tricky jumps. And also, there are going to be a lot of roaches because, you know, it's an abandoned factory. But do you know that, or what they say about cockroaches, you kill one and two more show up? But that's the case with this thing. Because we all know piles of trash are where cockroaches like to hide. And at this point I would like to congratulate Vega on the birth of her first child. And for those of you who don't know, Vega was one of the key members of the former faction of players. And she had a big hand in bringing a lot of Let's Players together. So it's good to see she's doing well in life. And I don't know, hopefully we'll hear from her soon, but outside of the Facebook page we'll see. So let's see, with that little interval done, I just gotta make jumps here. And the important thing to know is that you can also use the freeze cracker to freeze the lava, so you can go across it safely. And we're gonna do just that to get ourselves a secret area. And the reason I went here was so I can get the S. And with that I have completely spelled out Rush, so we're gonna get something pretty cool that I'm gonna show off pretty soon. And the easy way to do this is just to go across the lava like so. And if you didn't have the, or if you didn't use the freeze cracker, you would have had to just jump across those like traditional blocks. Or jump across the piles of trash that fall. But as you probably saw, we have a new item. And that's going to be the Super Adapter, and I'm going to show that off pretty soon. I'm just killing metals that fly. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Actually, I know how do I want to do this. Just like that. That was definitely a lot slicker than I thought it would be, but here we are. And yeah, I am pretty rusty because, you know, between getting sick and having a lot of tests, and then having some more tests next week, I've just had a lot to deal with over the past month or so. Which is one reason why I haven't been recording as much. And also, when I was sick, I was recording something, but then I ran into problems with, you know, my Bandicam not capturing everything. Like, I would have a window, and then Bandicam would actually capture less of it. So I had to go through some things with my emulator in order to make sure everything was working just fine. And we'll have to see if it's working now. But I mean, that's just an unnecessary complication. It was unfortunate, but you know, those things happen when you're Let's Playing. Oh, with all that said, here we are at the boss. And see, Junkman features a very simple pattern. He has a ground pound like most big bosses. Now, I even knew that was there too. And then see, the block is pretty simple to avoid. You just have to time your jumps properly. Okay, yeah, I don't need that. And just like Mega Man X3, whenever you hit a boss with its weakness, it resets its pattern. So that's the easy way to take care of Junkman really easily. Yeah, that was not a redundant sentence or redundancy. But anyway, that's the easy way to deal with them. Well, with that said, Junkman is done, and we get ourselves a pretty cool weapon. Although I probably mentioned this in part 1, this is one of my favorite, like, absorbing the power animations that they have in Mega Man games. And pretty much what it is that the Junk Shield is your standard shield weapon for this game. It does have its uses, like you can disperse the shield in 3 directions. And then it's also useful for dealing with some, there are certain robots we're gonna see later on. Oh, with that we get our password. And just like the Game Boy games, there's gonna be 4 bosses and then an intermission kind of thing. And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying that this game acts a lot more like the Game Boy games than the NES ones. In fact, there is a PC version of this game that's actually more like the 8-bit ones, and it features all 8 of the robots right out of the gates, so you don't have to like go through any intermission or anything. But I mean, you still have your recommended order, you still have all those things. There are plenty of Let's Plays of that game. If you just look up Mega Man 7 8-bit, you should find it. And then we're off to the Robot Museum, apparently. I also like this background. You have those things from Nightman stage that, as I called, mad graduate students, and then you had those Metool statues in the background. It's a nice little touch. And then you have the Hall of Things That Tried to Kill Me in the Past. Yeah, I kinda stole that joke from Gemini Laser, but oh well. You have Plant Man, Snake Man, Blizzard Man, Flame Man, and Pharaoh Man and Heat Man are there too. I don't really know why Plant Man's there twice. But I guess Dr. Light and Dr. Wily wanted to, I guess, archive those guys, so they had weaknesses planned out for them next time. Who knows? But we should see who escaped behind this door. And it turns out Dr. Wily's with his BFF Gutsman. There are 2 more robots that escaped, if you see, in the background, and since I'm not going to be playing the Saturn version of Mega Man 8, I'll just tell you right now it's Woodman and Cutman. Yeah, for some reason the PlayStation version of Mega Man 8 was kinda rushed and the Saturn version was actually better. But see, here we are just dealing with a clown mini-boss, and pretty much all this guy does is jump around, and what you have to do is you just have to hit him in the head. And then do the same thing again. Yeah, try to go for the kill there. And unfortunately it didn't work out. Yeah, unfortunately the head can still damage you, even if you run into it for some screwed up reason. But like I've said before, let's talk about logic in Mega Man games some more. And then it turns out, we got more robots we gotta deal with. So here are those next set of 4 robots. The good news is you can go back to other places, just like before. And right now I'm gonna go back to Junkman stage and show off the path that we didn't take before when we were trying to get the S. So I'll just see you there. Alrighty, here we are, so let's get going. And then one thing I forgot to mention with the Super Adapter is that, let's see, there's a punch upgrade you can get that we're gonna find pretty soon, but right now let's just power up this machine, because Dr. Light told us about the Thunderbolt's ability to do just that. And what we have to do is take these elevators, and the problem with these things, it is really easy to get yourself crushed by these things. Because, yeah, like right here, it's really easy to get yourself crushed. But right now, let's just go, because I don't want to get squished here. And yeah, it's gonna be more useful if I can slide. Boy, just... okay, good. Yeah, the problem with that part is, It's just really easy for those machines to sneak up on you, and then you get crushed, and then you die, and you have to do the whole thing over again. And yeah, what I'm doing now is, I'm just taking up this, or using these magnets to get across. That's a pretty nifty feature. And that's one thing I do like about this game's level design. It's very creative. But yeah, that's the end of that, so let's just go ahead and get out of here. And see, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and call the video, so join us next time as we take on the last of those 4 Robot Masters. See you then!